Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm your host, Dixon Butts. Welcome to Tangent.
Hey all, I'm Ben jacking off.
Okay. What's up, Ben? Ben, what are we drinking?
I'm going with the Bud Light Lime.
Okay. I'm
You?
actually drinking a Japanese beer. I don't know if you had it before. It's Corona. Cheers. Well, good to see you.
You know what I heard recently?
Uh-huh.
That if you simply say, rise up lights,
Okay.
at a normal speed in a sentence, it sounds like razor blades in Australia.
What is it? Rise up what?
Rise up lights.
Rise up lights. That's right. That's
Say
good.
that again?
Rise up lights.
Rise up lights.
Rise up lights.
Rise up lights.
I like that.
That's pretty good, huh?
That is good. Do you have another one?
Yes. Throwing out a hypothetical. Let's say you shat your pants. So you literally have poop in your pants.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wash the shorts, your briefs, or are they tossed?
Oh, they're tossed.
Absolutely tossed.
For
There's
sure
no way.
tossed. Yeah, I'm not.
If you could just get a little bit of a rinse.
Nah, they're
And then
being
put the
tossed.
laundry-
Are you
Always
are you
tossed?
saving them? It also depends on. I mean, I know it's a hypothetical, but it depends on how often it happens. Like if it's like a once in a lifetime thing, they're definitely tossed. If I have some sort of medical issue, it's like a weekly occurrence, I'd probably wash them. You?
I would toss for the majority, but there have been times where I literally hopped in the shower with my briefs on and let the residue get flushed out. And then threw them on the towel and took everything and threw it in the laundry.
What kind of residue are you dealing with? Like streaks?
Yeah, excrement, just shit. Yeah.
Thanks for the clarification. I got something to show you, by the way.
Okay.
So I don't know if you saw this when it came out. This is maybe from a couple of days ago. Did you see the Model S Plaid review from Edmunds? Did you see this?
I didn't know Edmund's.
Do you know who Edmunds is?
I do.
Yeah. They're this like legacy magazine.
I know, like Edmunds.com.
I think that's what it
Okay,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. So take a look at this. Scathing review of the Model S Plaid.
Is there a video or something to
There's a video, but why don't you just read through it real quick? Well, so here's the thing. They're complaining that it's a really terrible car. It's not worth the money. It's too fast. I think the quote is that it's daft to make a car that fast. And it just reminds me of that review that Top Gun, no, not Top Gun. What are they called again? The car show? What are they called? Like that car magazine with that fat guy from England. It's not Top Gun. Come on. You drawing a blank too? That car show. Top Gear. Top Gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, much better.
They did a review of the Roadster when it came out.
The cynical part of me, though, initially, is just the fact that what does Edmunds do?
I mean, they're paid by some like bullshit car manufacturer.
How did they make the majority of their money? Place ads on there to sell their vehicles. How many people are selling their Teslas? I think it's very rare because they're a relatively new car company. So I think it behooves a company like Edmunds to put out a scathing review. Just looking at their tweet, it's a joke.
Yeah.
And
It's a yoke?
I think
It's a yoke?
it's a yoke as well as a joke. And I think that the challenge that most people have is the lack of experience. You can't just cognitively grasp essentially what a Tesla is. It's more of a feel. You have to literally, I think, test drive it to get the experience of it. Like here, take it for a weekend.
Right.
Play around with it, compare it to your car. Drive around, see what you think about it. I think so many people are ingrained with gas-powered vehicles that they have no clue what they're talking about.
I think to me, it's just so transparent. It's so obvious that these reviews always have to be so biased. Because, I mean, you and I like Tesla, obviously. I wouldn't call myself a fanboy. I'm a supporter of their mission, but
there's large misconceptions about them. Just in general, like most people think that when one owns a Tesla, like you're loaded because you have a Tesla. It's beyond comprehension. Like many people are still to this day of that thought. It's bizarre. Like they think
they're not cheap cars though. But I know what you're saying.
You get a Model 3 for like 30 grand. I mean, that's
right.
That's
you could get a used Model S for the same, right?
Yeah.
People,
what gas powered cars are you talking about? Were 30 grand?
Well, you wouldn't get a new one for 30K. You could get a used one. I guess you could get a Model 3.
You get a Model 3.
They start at 40 as well.
That's the performance.
No, I think that's the entry level because they phased out the tax credit. But they're not cheap cars. But at the same time, if you get them used, you can get a pretty good deal. But these reviews, they're always so biased. Do you remember when Top Gear did the review of the Roadster and they pretended the battery died? It's a huge thing. Like Elon Musk got super pissed about it, and they made it look like it actually died, and then like years later they admitted it. But it's the same shit. It's the same shit. It's like this.
See, the Roadster, yeah, it's interesting you bring that up because that confuses me.
It's ridiculous. The Plaid is sick.
Well, I had a thought, but it's gonna go off on a complete different tangent. I opened Spotify and I was like, done with this, whatever. So I listened to the Tom Segura, the beginning of it. So I only got 15 minutes, whatever my ride was here. I didn't know about this. So I guess your texts went way over my head. I didn't know there was like a controversy about this. I was
with the COVID stuff?
Yeah, completely clueless.
You didn't know that he got sick?
You told me he got sick, but I didn't know that was a controversial that he was sick. Yeah, well, there was a picture of him and they used a filter to make him look worse.
Oh, really? To make him look sicker?
And so, and he sort of questioned the Tom Segura guy, and he questioned, why would they do that? So I liken that to the question that you asked me about Edmunds. I don't understand.
Sure.
It's salacious.
But the problem with news these days, I think, is that it's not really the news; it's entertainment, right? And they gotta make money.
News? I think it's always been.
I feel like back in the day,
grasping for that story.
Maybe, but it's definitely gotten worse with the internet, right? Like clickbait, making sure that whatever bullshit article you write actually gets read and you get ad impressions. That's all it is. It's no longer news. It's like, who gets the most like views on their shitty articles?
Clicks.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Purely clicks.
That's why you can't watch the news. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like whether it's the Time. I mean, I like the New York Times. I like reading that. I think that they're closest to the journalistic spirit of actually researching and then covering something. But CNN is it's awful, right? You can't really. Where are you going? Can't really read that. Fox News is so obviously tinged. What is this?
I'm talking about pooping pants. you're talking about the validity of news. So, good Lord, so it's a mismatch.
We have a mismatch.
Why is that kid talking about pooping pants? Well, I'm just trying to.
You started off strong with
all these rules, the guidelines that they gave us over here,
poopy undies.
Razor blades. Rise up.
That was good.
Rise up.
Do that again. What was it?
Razor blades. No, it's rise up lights.
Rise up.
Rise up lights.
Rise up lights.
Rise up lights.
Do you remember that thing back in the early 2000s, the flash animation of the Jamaican going beer con, where it's when you say it like that, it sounds like either bacon or beer can, and it just goes beer con. Beer con. You've never seen that?
There's a commercial for it.
It's just this funny thing. It's a flash video, and you there's a picture of a strip of bacon and a beer can, and so it's just a Jamaican guy going beer can, beer can.
Beer can. Beer can. Beer can. Beer can. Beer can.
That's good.
So this camera is going to run out in 30 seconds.
Are you kidding? That's 20 minutes?
It can only do 20 minutes.
Well,
So I guess we got to wrap it up.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Because I get started.
Do you have any more questions about my like bathroom like habits?
I have a shit ton pages.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Your eggs are done.
Look at do you crumple the toilet paper or white paper?
No, I
Do you
fold.
it?
No, I fold. I do like origami style.
Do you really?
You crumple?
Oh my god.
That's what are you like a?
Literally, like I go through mouths of toilet paper because
Are
I
you the barbarian?
grab it just. Yeah, I know.
You know that we've evolved to actually fold it. More
Interesting
efficient.
story because I've had issues in the past. I went to baby wipes for a while. That was enjoyable.
Yeah. I hope you didn't flush them.
Why? I think they're flushable.
No, they're not.
No, I'm being dead serious. I think they're.
No, they're not.
I believe they're.
You're not supposed to flush them.
I was like, what? You gotta be kidding me. And so, growing up right outside Manhattan,
Because you're from Jersey.
totally different.
Yeah, that's right.
Is there anything else that you're just going to show me one thing? I'm just going to.
I'm all out. I mean, I can look for stuff, but I'm mostly out. I wanted to talk about the Plaid for sure.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I put my Tesla hat on.
Okay, I was good.
I don't know what that is.
I avoided all my.
Is that like a thing? Is that a brand? Or what's on your hat?
What's the purpose of eyebrows?
What's on your hat?
This is a brand.
What is it?
O'Neill.
O'Neill?
Not that we're sponsored by them, but.
Would be nice.
Purpose of eyebrows.
The purpose of eyebrows? When you're really surprised to go like this?
That's the only purpose.
That's the only purpose.
Do you save receipts?
Do a shave
Save
my-
receipts.
Not usually. I check them
Do you really?
after
I don't even check them.
I purchase merchandise. I check them. Let me ask you a couple of these. Come
No,
on.
no. There's different topics, but some are serious and some are not.
How long have you been collecting these?
For a while.
Let's do one
Would you
more.
rather be stressed out on top and on time, or late?
Ooh, that's a good one. This is difficult for me to answer because I'm as a German, I have like this like policeman in my head that makes me want to be on time, right? So I would rather be late, but I can't. So I have to be on time. So I would be stressed out on time. It's just in my DNA. I can't help it.
But you're always late.
What?
You're always late. I don't think you've ever been on time, ever.
That's not true.
Today is a great example. You have no excuse for being looking for excuses. 9:30. It's like 10:40.
That's right. I was 30 minutes late.
Holy
See, that's what I'm saying, though. Today I chose to be late.
Okay, your family's in a lot of financial debt, and you have to sell one body part on the black market. What would it be?
How small or big are we talking?
A body part, a pinky.
I'll
a
probably
little toe.
do like a toe I don't need. Like that middle one. Like
So
what
you
is
can
that?
walk around there. There's that 4-toe set.
And what is that? What is that good for anyway? Like the middle one? I mean, the big toe I can kind of understand. Like
Speaking of toenails, do you clip your toenails?
No, I use scissors
Where do you put the clippings?
in the garbage.
In the garbage.
Yeah. What do you do with them?
If they land properly,
You
do.
vacuum them?
No, I flush it in the toilet.
You flush them down the toilet like right after the baby wipes. Like make sure that pipe is nice and clogged.
Would you poop in space?
Like in outer space. but there's two different scenarios.
Okay, you're in space right now.
Wait.
You're shitting. Do you just let it go?
Wait. There's two ways to interpret that question.
Okay.
Like, are you asking, would I go on a rocket just to go have a shit in space? Or would I, if I were in space?
If you were in space.
Of course. I mean, what else are you going to do? You get
let it rip and watch it go down the Milky Way and hit one of those millions of people that were maybe another
like the alien.
Like, oh my god, put this shit quiet down. Oh my god, let me tell
That's a
you
good
what
one.
happened this afternoon. I was
That's
walking and a piece of shit came out of the sky.
That's a good one. I like that one. What was the Australian thing again? Up and at him. What was
Rise up lights.
it?
What was it?
Rise
Up lights.
Rise up lights.
Rise up lights.
Rise up lights. Right. Let's wrap this up. Save a couple more questions for next time. What's your name again? Ben Jackanoff? All right.
This was episode 1 of Tangent with Dixon Butts and Ben Jackanoff.
We'll see you next week.
Later.